Welcome to the summer edition of the Hospitality Basket series, in which I will share with you some ideas for a nice basket for your guest room. Now, during the summer, you may have different guests than you would have throughout the rest of the year. For example, the children are out of school for summer, and many families tend to take their vacation during the summer months. So this basket is specifically coordinated for that type of guest. Now, keep in mind, however, that every item is to be customized to your liking and for your specific needs. These are simply ideas to help get you started. So, let's go ahead and take a look in the basket. These flip-flops are quite inexpensive. I paid 98 cents for these at Walmart. Now, if your guests are going to be visiting a water park or a lake, or if you have a swimming pool in your home, then these can come quite in handy. And because they are so inexpensive, they can take them home with them when they go. In our previous hospitality baskets, we've talked about using full-size body wash and other items for guests that will be staying more than 2 days. So for the summertime, normally you'll have a guest stay just a bit longer, and like we mentioned, you may have more guests than normal. So I like to go ahead and make sure that they've got a full size of body wash. Now, this one is the Dove Summer Care Nourishing Body Wash, but you can add any kind that you particularly like. I happen to love the sulfate-free Dove, but if you have a specific brand that suits you better, then of course go ahead and use that one. This being the Summer Care, it's got tiny little beads for exfoliation, and it has a nice summery citrusy scent, and I thought that it would be perfect for a summer basket. Now, I've only added one example of a lotion. This one is Pink Cashmere by Bath & Body Works. It is clearly for the more feminine guest. However, please feel free to add as many lotions as you think is necessary. You may put one more feminine scent and then a large size of the masculine scent. Now, if you are going to use several different types of lotion, then it may be best in that case to go with the trial size or the travel size. And this one contains shea butter. I also find that another nice touch is to add in some of my homemade lotions and other body products that I create. It just adds a personal touch to the basket. It's quite different than receiving something store-bought. Get something that is homemade and a little bit more personalized, if you will. In each basket that I create, I always include a nice bottle of shaving cream and a nice packet of razors. The reason that I always include this is because no matter what, I always seem to need an extra razor. It's something that I frequently purchase when I'm on vacation. And so if it happens to me, then it's probably happening with my guests as well. So I've found that even if you remember to pack your razors, you're shaving a lot more often if you're doing water sports or other summer activities. So you definitely will need an extra razor, or maybe two. And inevitably, someone will forget their razor. And it's not the type of item that you would particularly want to share with your travel buddy, so it's nice to have a spare. And of course, you'll need the shaving gel or shaving cream, dependent upon your preference. Now, this is a bit of a luxury because we all know that if we're in a pinch, we can use soap or body wash, but why should your guest have to do that? You should provide them with the opportunity to use the shave gel. It's just a nice little perk of staying in your home. If you have children, then you know that they are notorious for forgetting their toothbrush. But even as adults, we forget our toothpaste. We might remember the brush, but don't bring the toothpaste with it. So I like this little kit. It comes complete with a nice travel toothbrush with a container to hold it and keep it sanitary. And of course it comes with the trial size of the toothpaste itself. Now another option, obviously, is to go ahead and keep some of these toothbrushes in your bathroom on hand. That way you can pull them out when guests come. You can also keep several of these small travel size toothpastes as well. It's up to you. Just make sure that when you're selecting a toothbrush that you always do the soft bristle, never the medium or hard bristle. There's just no need for it. It's better for your gums to do the soft bristle. And if there are different family members, obviously you want to put a different color toothbrush for each member of the family, especially if there are children. Now, one fun little item that I like to add is this cute little ice pack. Can really be used warm or cold, but it's a nice cute little touch, and I think that adding little fun items like this is what elevates the stay at your home, and I think that your guests will remember these little items. And even though this may not get used during their stay, hopefully they won't need it, but it could be used for a sunburn, or maybe you just got a bit overheated out in the summer sun. In my case, in Texas where I live, it gets really, really hot. It's been over 100 degrees this entire week alone. So sometimes you need it to cool off. But even if it's not used, it was very inexpensive, and it's a nice little touch to add a little bit of color to the basket. It's quite fun. Speaking of sunburn and the sun, I like to put a nice sunscreen in a summer basket, just because often you may bring your sunscreen with you, but either you run out of sunscreen, or someone misplaces it, someone puts it in their purse and then it's not seen again. So having one bottle of sunscreen simply won't do. You need to have a backup, and this one is an SPF 50, which is good. Now, dependent upon your guests, you may do a sport version. You may do just one for the face. You can have separate ones for face and body. But I think it's wise to always put a sunscreen in your box. Sometimes the burning is going to happen no matter what you do, right? So a summer basket is not complete without some aloe vera. This one is in gel form, no color added. Now you're going to find several different varieties when you shop for it. Get the most simple, purest aloe vera. It's very inexpensive, or should I say very affordable, and your guests will thank you, especially if they end up a lobster on your watch. Then they will surely appreciate having a nice cooling aloe vera gel in their room. They won't have to go hunting for it. Those of us who burn easily, we know the importance of a nice aloe vera. Now, hopefully, they will use their sunscreen and the aloe vera will not even be necessary. In fact, it's our hope that they won't end up using it at all. Now, a nice little touch for just a little bit of fun. I'd like to put a little sleep mask. This cute little fluffy mask is suited for a young child or maybe even a teenager nowadays. It's very soft and fluffy. But you can also do just a basic mask just to cover your eyes. Or this one, which holds gel and can be used hot or cold, preferably cold throughout the summer. You may add one for each member of the family, or you may simply just add one for the one person in the family you know will use it. It's up to you. One surprising find that I made this year was this portable shaver. Now this is perfect for bikini area if you've got some swimming or something to do where you're going to be wearing a bathing suit. You want to just add this as a courtesy mainly. This is a bit of an extra product, but I will say that it is under $10. I believe I paid $8.99 for it at CVS. And if your guest doesn't use it, of course, you can return it or you can use it for yourself. But I think that this is going the extra mile for your house guest, for sure. I know I would be really pleased and really appreciative should I find this in my hospitality basket when I'm visiting someone else. So now, this is a 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, and conditioner. And I think it can double as a bubble bath as well. But it comes in several characters. Of course, there are Spider-Man and Superman and other heroes like that. But you can also get something like Elsa or Peppa Pig or several different characters from Disney and the different comic books. So this is something a little fun for the kids that come. It may convince them to want to take their bath or shower, and it's a little something in the basket that is specifically for them, which is always good. If you have kids, you know that. And who doesn't love Spider-Man? So just like with baskets that I've shown you in the past, you want to add a few snacks into the basket. That way your guests aren't roaming around late night looking for something to snack on. Or even worse, maybe they don't want to ask you, so they just go hungry. Or they just wait until the following morning. So this way, they will have something on hand. And this is just a protein bar. And then I've placed some green tea cookies from Trader Joe's. I think it's best to put something that the family can share together, and then maybe a few individual snacks such as the protein bar. Now, one thing that I know, one of the most commonly forgotten items is contacts or contact solution. Now, I put a decent size bottle of solution because it's inexpensive and it's the same cost as the small bottle, so why not? Now, if you've got a little kit like this one, you may go ahead and fill the little bottle with solution and do it that way. I think it would be such a relief to a guest if they have forgotten their contact solution or their little kit, and then they look in this basket and realize that there is indeed a contact kit. That's a huge relief. Also, it's a cute little package to have this in the basket. I think it looks like a little gift in itself. Also, I like how it sounds, right? Personally, I have forgotten my headphones on nearly every trip I've ever made in my entire life. I even forget them when going to the gym, but the remedy for that is to have a spare backup pair. And the only problem with adding this one pair is that the family may fight over them when several people have forgotten their earbuds. So you may want to get a little bit of a cheaper pair or few pairs. You can get earbuds for a very inexpensive price. Now, they're not going to be the best quality like these, but they will at least make do for the family until they are back home. And it's something that they can take with them when they are on their journey back, whether it's a road trip or they've got a long flight ahead. I've mentioned before that I like to add a little bit of styling product for the gentleman that will be visiting. This is a beard balm, but that will look different for each visitor. For example, maybe your gentleman friend uses hair gel or even mousse, or maybe none of those. Maybe he prefers an aftershave. But the point is to make sure to take care of your gentleman guests as well. I think sometimes they get overlooked in favor of the ladies when it comes to styling products and things of that nature. But this is an inexpensive beard balm, but there are several varieties. Like I said, I like to make my own products, so sometimes I will do that as well. During most vacations, someone is going to end up with some sort of ailment, whether it's an upset stomach or headache. And so these small antacids or ibuprofen or even acetaminophen, try to have as many different varieties of medicine as you can. And I would even go as far as to stock a little mini pharmacy, and you can do it in the basket or even as a separate smaller basket, just something where anything that goes wrong, they've got a medication right there on hand, and no one has to leave and make any stops at the drugstore, and everyone's good. These are just two small examples, but my actual mini pharmacy has over 15 little mini medicines in it. And the best part is that your guests can take them home with them, and no one will even miss it. And that's what's so great about these baskets. Last but not least, I've got a bar soap. Now, although we included a nice full-sized body wash. Some of your guests may prefer bar soap, so I always add at least one bar soap. Now in this case, I may have overdone it with the feminine scents, so maybe I should have gone with Irish Spring or something a bit more masculine for the bar soap. That way your basket will balance itself out. Now you'll want to put a nice personalized note card, and you'll want to thank your guests for staying with you. Let them know how much of a pleasure it is, and also let them know that anything in this basket is to be taken home with them and for them to really enjoy their stay. And this is going to elevate it a level above hotels or any kind of service that you could get elsewhere. There's nothing like the personalized service, complete with a note, and it's a way for you to let your guests know that you mean business whenever it comes to hospitality, and you want them to feel like they are quite welcome. And who wouldn't feel welcome with a basket like this one? So I hope that you enjoyed seeing our summer basket today. I can't wait to get feedback. I want to see your baskets. I've seen so many baskets through the years that you have sent me pictures of, and I love it. Please post yours and let me know what you've added differently. What would you change in this basket? And also let me know what I've forgotten. Perhaps there are some items that would really do well in this basket and I've overlooked them. So until our winter basket, please have sweet dreams, and I'll see you next time.